afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. We're having a little fun before we came on the air. We got a fast main track. We got a firm turf course today, and we got two carryovers today. The Rainbow Six, we got a 9-race card, starts in race number 4 today, and you see it up there, $58,000, almost $59,000. It's going to be over $100,000 today. That's a 20-cent wager. And we also have a carryover today in the Super High Five, which is the last race, $3,300 plus, and that is the final race on the card, race number 9. You pick the first 5 finishes for $1. And Katie, they hit that thing all the time. We talk about it ad nauseum that this is a great bet. I amazed how they hit this thing, and it always pays $2,000-$3,000.
It always pays well because when there is a carryover, everyone really bets into it and gets excited. It's such a challenging bet. I love it, and I love how the people are able to solve it.
Well, let's go and look at some tweets that are around the country about horse racing today before we look into the Friday card. Here we got one here, a cartoonist description of American Pharoah on the ESPN magazine, huh?
Yeah, well, ESPN every year does a body issue magazine, and you know, they're having a little bit of fun with it. All these athletes pose in the nude,
right,
and it's this incredible issue with all of these incredible bodies. So here, they did a little bit of a spoof of it with American Pharoah, who naturally is unclothed in this image, and thought that was pretty funny and great to see how the sport of horse racing is translating across other mediums now in the sport.
Yeah, he can win Athlete of the Year, I mean, American Pharoah on ESPN, or at least, it's a great thing that the ESPN ESPYs are pretty soon, I would imagine.
They are. He's up for Best Championship Performance, and I certainly think he has a shot. I voted for him, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, what else we have tweeting today? We'll check it out here. Oh, we got a Fasig-Tipton sale in July.
Yeah, the Fasig-Tipton July sale started yesterday and got off to a pretty nice start. And a filly that ran here, Temperament Patty, she was third in the Here Comes the Bride Stakes here. She was the sale topper of the Horses of Racing Age sale, sold for $350,000. Also a lot of action from some Florida people. We've got Croupies Newcastle Farm, based in Florida. A lot of their horses run here. They spent over $1.2 million on yearlings, and they went to $385,000 for a Scat Daddy yearling.
We'll probably see those running here next year in our 2-year-old season. Also, we got a bone to pick with the people from Europe here. You'll see this, the Euro bias. Golden Horn now tops American Pharoah on Longines World Best Racehorse rankings. I mean, Gold Horn 5 for 5, just beat older horses, won the Epsom Derby. But boy, oh boy, over American Pharoah. How do you feel about that?
Being a Triple Crown winner, something that hasn't been done in 37 years, I'm not completely in agreement with that, but I have a feeling after American Pharoah runs again that might be flip-flop. But Golden Horn, again, winner of the Epsom Derby and the Coral Eclipse Stakes. Nothing to knock him, but I think stateside we have a horse that could top him in that.
Well, maybe we'll see him run somewhere next year in the Breeders' Cup or something like that. Who knows? Or this year, maybe in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Today, a 9-race card is going to start with a turf race in the first race on Friday. 5 furlongs. Claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life. A clean slate in the first race with 7 runners, no scratches or jockey changes. And the board, if you look at it now early in the wagering, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 3-1, 3-1. They don't know what to do in here, but Katie and I sort of went with the number 2 horse that's sitting up there, I think, at a square price of 5-1, but it's so early in the wagering.
I think it's a great value. I don't think you're going to see that when they get to post time, but this is a 5-year-old mare. Pressured the pace and faded when returning from an 8-month layoff on June 11th. That was at 7.5 furlongs, making her second start back from the freshening and cutting back. This seems like a great spot for her. And listen to this statistic. Trainer Wesley Ward wins at a 41% clip with horses making their second start back off a layoff of more than 180 days.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a logical choice on those connections too, but, second start off the bench, we'll see how it works out. In second, horse that I've been chasing, and Katie knows, and that's What's Up, Kiddo. I put it in third, you put it in second today.
Yeah, well, it always reminds me of you, Ron. What's Up, Kiddo? This one got into a speed duel while 3 wide last time out and finished 4th, but was an impressive 2-length winner against $16,000 claimers 2 starts back. I just thought with that kind of, form against that level could rebound at this level today.
Well, the three horse in here today we both have on our ticket. Dad's Little Girl, who has shown the ability to run from off the pace, can end up sitting in the catbird seat behind the abundance of speed in this field. Trainer Gustavo Delgado, apprentice Tyler Gaffalione. Easy said than done. The racetrack has been playing mostly to horses that run on or near the lead. But if things do get dicey on the front end, we had a race yesterday that set up for a close was actually to do it. So if there is some fast fractions, where it sort of looks like there might be, at least on paper, that this horse might be able to close. So a logical choice to be on there. But I like the 2, and so does Katie. Just call me money. Second race this afternoon, 1 mile on a fast main track. Claimers 3 and up, non-winners of 3 races in life or a race in 6 months. That's January 10th. And we both went to the inside horse in here, Let It Be Famous. We'll go from post 10 last time out to the rail after following a really commanding almost 9-length victory against $6,250 condition Claimers. That was on May 25th with a 3-wide third versus 3 lifetime competition at the same distance. If you look at the past performance there, Katie, certainly on paper looks like the one to beat.
Absolutely. You have to play the little bit of bounce and rebound angle. After she had such that dominant win, she really finished a still solid third. I think this is the ideal spot for her just in terms of timing.
Well, the 6 horse in there, Furious Shot, was second as the favorite behind Let It Be Famous back on May 25th. Renews the rivalry today. Drew off last time out as the public choice to defeat Similar at the distance last time out. This horse is in good form.
She is in good form. She's hit the board in 4 straight starts, looking to make it 2 in a row. Really nothing to say to knock her.
Yeah, and you went with the 7 and 3rd, and so did I, and that's T's 2-step.
I thought this one really finished a nice second to a top horse at this level in Podachon last time out, who's won 3 of his last 5, but didn't hit the board in 3 previous starts at a mile. That's my concern, is the distance with this horse, but I think form-wise it's worth putting somewhere on the ticket.
Yeah, that's why I put him at 30. He's actually 0 for 3 at this 1 mile distance, so hasn't even hit the board. But, fits with this level of competition, and that's not to say the horse cannot win at a mile, just has not done so yet. Race number 3 today, 1 mile, also on the main track. These are Claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 races in life. And we both went to the inside again with the number 1, Berry Bliss.
Well, she was had a pretty nice win last time out in her first start off the claim for trainer Antonio Sano. Drew up by 2.5 lengths at the level and distance on June 30th, and she earned the highest last out buyer of this field with a 64. Going to try to make it 2 in a row, and Edgard Zayas is going to stay in the irons. But it looks like we have an identical exacta here. Thinking alike today, Ron.
Right.
What about Reelected?
Yeah, but this woman has beaten better at the distance on the dirt. 3 previous races on the dirt with 2 wins in the second. Now goes back to the main track after shipping in from Churchill. Stalked the pace, finished 7th. It was against $8,000 condition Claimers, going 7.5 furlongs on the grass. Ronnie Werner has the mare. She's working well. She's got a bullet workout, and I think that this might be her game going back to the main track.
And this is her best distance. The last time she ran at a mile, she won, and she boasts 2 wins in a second from 3 starts at the distance.
Well, we're a little different in third. You went with the number 3, BL's Dream.
I'm just going to put a line through the last start. She didn't take to the sloppy surface, but she finished 3rd at this level and distance in the start prior, so I'm thinking she can rebound. You used Secret Fascination.
Yeah, drop it to the $6,250 level on the dirt, turn it back to 1-turn mile. After setting the pace, weakening, got beat double-digit lengths, but that was against $12,500 types going a mile in the 16th. Was really struggling to find a third horse in here. I just thought, turf to dirt speed, turning back might be the logical choice in here. The 1 mile races here at Gulfstream Park are around 1 turn. Race number 4 this afternoon, 6 furlongs, Claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races in life or 3-year-olds, $30,000 down to $25,000. Couple of changes to report in here. The jockey on the 1 will now be Diego Gomez, 119 pounds, and scratch number 8 horse in here, Mo Chima. And we want to go back and show you the horse that I singled on my Rainbow 6 ticket today, and that is the 2, Lasting Friendships.
Wow, Ron is going to open the Rainbow 6 with a single. You must really like this one. I do too. Take a look at the performance from Lasting Friendships last time out. You're going to see her have to take up pretty sharply there. She's the 5. Absolutely had nowhere to go. The hole completely closed in front of her. She's going to end up finishing 4th. Not really asked for much late. After that happened, she was really just allowed to gallop home comfortably. She ended up being placed 3rd through disqualification. That was in the slop. Going to get blinkers added today. Drops in for a tag for the very first time and making her second start back from more than a 4-month layoff. Everything just seems to figure for her here.
And, that was a $75,000 optional claimer last time out, so a good spot. And, I wanted to go deeper in my Rainbow Six ticket, so I thought I'd take a chance just for the reasons you mentioned. Looked like all those things that we just told you about. Make this horse look like the one to be. Now, if you're not in total agreement, you may not want to single a horse like this. The horse that I had in second was Rosa Mystica, making her first start since rallying. She defeated a pair of next out winners. That was in a $35,000 maiden race at the distance. Juan Rodriguez, Edgar Zayas at the controls. Key race coming out of. I just thought, number 7 Rosa Mystica was flattered by the horses coming back to win their next start. So I put that one in second. You have him in third. You went with the number 4 Miss Deja Vu in second.
Well, she's actually the 5-2 morning line favorite. She's also going to be taking a significant class drop today. This is going to be her debut for the David Fox barn, and I just think she's returning to a more appropriate level for her. She finished 6th behind the talented Sky Gold from the Jose Garofalo barn last time out in a $75,000 optional claimer. She won 2 in a row during the championship meet at this level, so I think returning to that will give her a boost.
Yeah, and she's the only multiple winner in the field. Only is she not a multiple winner. She's a 5-time winner already. She fits the conditions here, because she's the 3-year-old, so Miss Deja Vu, certainly one you might want to factor in. I'm going to single a 2 in here, but after you heard what we said, you might not want to do that and add a couple of more horses in there. Let's go right to race number 5 today. This is where the pick 5 kicks off. The last 5 races on the card. It's a 7.5 furlong turf event. Claimers 3-year-olds and upward, non-winners of 3 races in life or a race since January 10th. Scratch the main track only. The participant here, number 9, Double Judge. And we want to go back and show you a performance of a horse that I think Katie and I both have in second, and that is the number 7 horse today, was the 9 then, and that is Charlie in Charge.
Charlie in Charge was not in charge of his own fate last time out. He gets forced very wide in his last race on June 12th. This is at this level. Gets fanned wide, but I thought he closes pretty strongly in this race. He's going to finish second. You wouldn't think so, but he's going to get up, but then he's just going to get caught. And that's probably because he had to cover so much extra ground from the other horses. He's going to miss by a half length. So I just thought after that run he was worth putting on the ticket somewhere, but you and I both ended up giving the edge to another horse, and that's Helper Rye.
Yeah, and that horse ridden last time by Luis Figueroa, talking about Charlie in Charge and Chuck Carey. That was just an unlucky performance last time out. But I do like the number 3, along with you, Helper Rye, beating a half length on the turf against a notch tougher. That was back on May 23rd. Goes back to the lawn today after dueling for the lead and finishing 3rd against $10,000 claimers, going 7 furlongs. That was a sealed sloppy track. Oscar Gonzalez, Edgar Zayas atop this previous turf winner. Had 4 previous races on the turf, a win and a second. Looks like it's his game. Taken off the turf last time out. I just thought this Helper Rye was a logical choice in here, but I am absolutely using the 7, Charlie in Charge, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I am so thrilled Helper Rye is getting back on the grass. I was excited last time. He was supposed to be back on the grass. The race was taken off. I think you're going to see a much improved effort today. Who else did you use on your ticket?
I used the 8 Bright Guy in there, and it's turning back to 7.5 furlongs after responding last time out to that drop in competition. With an improved 4th place finish, beaten 2 lengths at this level and distance, going a mile in the 16th. One of these horses on the board at 12-1, I think could certainly close, getting ridden today, by Eddie Castro. This horse, if you're not sure he can win, there's certainly a horse that you want to put on your exacta or trifecta ticket. And you also used the number 2 horse in here, which was my long shot of the day, and I've been taking a lot of grief for this because it's only 7-2 on the morning line. I try and pick long shots. I just thought this horse would be a little bit more of a price than 7-2.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you pick your long shots before the odds come out.
Right.
And it looks like we've got some telepathy going in our office today. We're picking all the same horses, and our odds maker, Jay Stone, saw you and saw this horse. But let's talk about him. He's a 6-year-old, and he's taken a big drop today, so that's probably why the odds are a little bit lower for for him, dropping from the $25,000 claiming ranks. He's a former stakes runner that has the back class, hasn't shown much of late, so maybe returning to this kind of company will give him a boost.
Yeah, I want to see what the odds are on him, but a horse, nonetheless, that you have to use on your ticket. I just thought I'd get a little cute. I thought people would look at those last couple of races, even though they were against better, and they weren't that good, so that he dropped down. And that's the type of long shot you try and find. People look at the last couple of lines, say, I'm not going to bet this horse, and they run back to that form you were talking about when he was in stakes company. So we'll see how that fifth race works out. My Rainbow Six ticket actually went 4 deep there, so I wasn't convinced that anybody could win that in there. Race number 6 today is a 5-furlong maiden claiming event for 2-year-olds. $50,000, scratch the 6, forever die, and we both went with the filly against the boys, and that's the 7, Bottle Walk.
Well, after seeing what Wesley Ward did yesterday with his 2 first-time starters debuting and maiden claimers, they both won. I think Bottle Walk might be my single of the day. This is a daughter of Tail of the Cat, gonna debut for Wesley Ward. He is 32% with horses debuting and maiden claimers. That percentage is probably higher than that now after his 2 more wins yesterday, and I just thought she made absolute sense here.
Yeah, and ridden today by apprentice John Cruz, so getting a little bit of the weight break. But here are some of the other horses that we both have. We have one of this 2 on the ticket, and that's the 8, Alex the Dude. And this is a $32,000 son of First Dude, debuting for trainer David Fawkes. Has 9 stamina-enhancing workouts showing. Trainer David Fawkes, he's going to add Lasix. He's got apprentice Harry Hernandez for this assignment, and just thought that workout pattern. I thought this first-time starter was one you had to put on your ticket, and I see that's exactly what you did.
Yes, completely agree. Has a bullet work in there and some strong 5-furlong work, so should be very fit. And gotta say, love the name. First Dude, I love First Dude. And those words when you're growing up, that was the word of my generation, was dude.
Hey, dude. Like that? Yeah. Who else did you use in here? The number 5 horse in here, and that is Imperial Warrior.
Yeah, this is a son of Majestic Warrior. Like him as a sire, going to debut for trainer Antonio Sano. Tyler Gaffleone's going to be in the irons, and 4 recorded breezes, pretty solid. I had to throw him on, but you also used the 3 Title Fight.
Yeah, this one is hoping to deliver a knockout punch at first asking for trainer Steve DeMauro. Jockey Juan Leyva, it's a $35,000 son of St. Adon. He's working well for the debut. We had this stat for years here, that trainer Steve DeMauro usually gives the horses a race or 2. He was 0 with his first-time starters, but he broke that record last week. He got some of the win first time out. I'm not convinced this one could win in its first start, but I think it could be on the ticket, like its workout pattern.
Yeah, and both Title Fight and Alex the Dude are Florida Sire Stakes eligible horses, just a month away from the start of our Florida Sire Stakes series, so that's something else that you're going to want to start to follow as we lead up to that very exciting series.
Yeah, the first one is August 8th, I believe, right? I think
Yes.
it's August 8th. I'm pretty sure that's when it is, but we'll find out, and I'll let you know later. We'll throw it up there. I'm pretty sure it's August 8th for this first leg of the Sire Stakes series. Race number 7 today, 5 furlongs on the turf. Claim is 3 and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life. $12,500. Clean slate again, no scratches, no jockey changes, 9 in the field, and I went with the number 5 horse in here, and that is All About the Diva. We'll try and make it 2 in a row after setting fractions of a 21-4 and 44-2 en route to a 1.5 length victory. That was against $12,500, 2 lifetime claimers. This horse had a lot of giddy up and was running pretty good last time out, but not easy to win 2 in a row.
No, not easy to win 2 in a row, but I loved the effort last time out, and that was even after he got bumped around a little bit at the start. He was able to overcome all of those things, so I had to put him on top as well. Who'd you use in second?
Well, I don't know what to do with this horse. He was entered last week. They scratched him. That's the number 2, Gumaz. This one is now a gelding. It's an unknown in the field, I believe. He plummets to the $12,500 level on the turf in the first start since dueling for the lead and faltering on the dirt. It was in the unbridled stakes, but it was last May 31st. Efren Loza Jr., he's 3 for 10 with horses returning from a greater than 180-day layoff. But, the questions come out. Why the big drop? It's sort of a red flag number. I thought it was somebody I was going to use last time out. They scratched him. I didn't know for what reason. So coming back today, I see you used him on the ticket, but boy, he could win by 20 or lose.
Absolutely. I think you nailed it right there. It sends up a red flag with that kind of class drop, but at the same time with the back class, he figures somewhere, so you have to put him somewhere because if he does win by 9 lengths, you're going to say, wow, that was obvious. He ran in a stake last time out, but you don't know.
Well, I was going to say, but of course, you mentioned back class. That's why you picked Ray's back?
Yeah, sure. Ray's back. He's a gelded son of Warpass. Finished 3rd in his turf debut after getting caught 6 wide on the turn last time out. Harry Hernandez is going to be aboard, and I thought, with that kind of performance, he could improve with a bit more of a ground-saving trip.
Yeah, I went to the inside horse in my 3rd spot, Dramatist. It's 3rd at this level in distance back on May 8th, turns back. He showed speed and weakened late in a pair of, I think this will help him out, a couple of stamina-tweaking performances, racing around 2 turns on the turf. He's the son of Shakespeare, and he should be mixing it up early, when they break out of it. Well, he's going to have to, I think, from that inside post position. I just thought maybe, with the turn back, he'd run well in there, going 5 furlongs up there, and then going 5 furlongs today. He doesn't have really sprint speed, but I think he has enough tactical speed to be properly placed in the race. Race number 8 today is 6 furlongs. Claim is fillies and mares, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life or 3-year-olds. And once again, we do have 1 scratch here of number 7 Venom Girl, and we both went with the 6 horse in here, Starship Cosmo.
One of my favorite angles is when a trainer claims a horse back after having it previously, and that's what's happening with the 6 Starship Cosmo. She's going to make her first start off the claim for trainer Michael Petro, who claimed her back after he lost her when she ran off to a dominant 9 1/4 length victory. I think she just bounced last time out off of that big performance, and I'm expecting her to rebound, especially since she's returning to a barn that knows her very well.
Yeah, and they read in the jockey that rode her to that victory back, Jose Caraballo. That was back on June 21st. The horse that we both have in second, Trumpet's Eminence, a winner of 2 of 3 previous races at the distance, includes that hard-fought front-running score last time out. I think her current form, you sort of have to have her on the ticket.
Yeah, and she's going to have the freshness edge over Starship Cosmo because that one's coming back from a quick turnaround. She last ran on July 3rd, so maybe that will give her the advantage.
And we both used the number 2 Gotcha Key in 3rd, who's moved to the Jose Garofalo barn.
I had to throw her in after Venom Girl scratched. I originally had that one on the ticket. But like you said, making her first time off the claim for trainer Jose Garofalo, chased the pace and finished 3rd last time out, but it was her first start against winners. 2 starts back, she broke her maiden by a nice 3.5 lengths.
Well, let's go to the final race on the Friday card. 1 mile on the turf. Maiden claim is 3 and up, $12,500. 13 runners in the field for the Super High 5 players. 1 jockey change on the 3, Pedro Monterey Jr. Let's go back and show you the horse, the 1 horse today, Whitfield's Return, who ran last time as the number 7.
Yeah, Whitfield's Return. There's a lot of room for improvement with this horse. He was very green last time out. You see him there. He veers in at the start when he breaks. He spotted the field several lengths. Then he's going to drift out on the far turn there. You see he's just really not sure what's going on completely. Then comes in, and he's just very erratic, but he's going to end up finishing 4th in this race, which I thought is pretty good considering everything he did. It didn't seem like he was all that focused on racing. I think, he can, like I said, there's a lot of room for improvement. I had to use him somewhere on the ticket just because of all that trouble last time out, and he still finished an okay 4th.
Yeah, I have a ticket in second for all those reasons you mentioned. He drifted a little bit in the stretch too, and he still finished 4th after all of that. I went with the 7 horse in here, metaphorically, who's 10-1 on the morning line, dropping to this $12,500 level, racing today without the blinkers after opening up that quick early 2-length lead before fading against Tougher. It was a $20,000 maiden test at the distance. Steve Town, Luca Panici returning on the son of A.P. Warrior. I think this one is a major part of the pace scenario. If I could get 10-1, I will be betting.
I was just about to say, what a fantastic value on that horse at 10-1. I put the 5 on top, who you also use. That's They Came to See Me. This one's from the Joe Orsino barn. Finished a solid 3rd last time out. When coming from pretty far back, really responded to a stretch out that day from 5 furlongs. Jonathan Gonzalez is going to keep them out. and I just thought that he figured. But like you mentioned, you singled early so you could go deeper in the later legs, and this is another wide open race.
Yeah, it's wide open race. I mentioned it metaphorically. We mentioned Whitfield's return. That sort of is a shaky pace scenario.
Yep.
And the 5 horses it looks like he can capitalize if those horses tend to back off again. Anything else you used in the nightcap?
I throw on the 2. That's Empire Road from the Joe Cantony's barn. Going to drop down from the $20,000 maiden claiming ranks. The last time he ran at a level similar to this, he finished second, and he was only beaten a neck. That was going a mile against $16,000 maiden claimers.
Well, that's how we see the Friday card. So let's update you on the situation here at beautiful Gulfstream Park. We got the Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 4, $58,000 plus. Then, in the last race, 13 runners in the Super High 5, over $3,000 in that pool. Fast track, firm turf course. What else do you want? Seems like a perfect day to me.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready.